Now, a serious crisis is brewing within the government of national unity. The DA has now given President CYRIL Ramaphosa just 48 hours to fire delinquent ANC ministers. The DA's
Good morning, guys. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Please do understand that I'm not a politician. I do not have deep knowledge in politics. However, I am a South African citizen who's also a voter, and I do believe that my views count when it comes to the political affairs of our super gorgeous country. Guys, there is this man who used to be a sports commentator. I don't know, I forgot his name. Zama Sound, if I'm not mistaken. He used to say, Zimbinda Matota Lapa FNB Stadium. So, Zimbinda Papaya Ku GNU. So, yeah, no, I'm not going to hold you much. I just want to say thank you for your support. And also, next time you bump into my videos, kindly watch my ads in full, as that support really goes a long way. And to those who are already watching my ads in full, guys, so going back to the story of the moment, I support the president on this one. The DA is fuming. He says, clean your front yard before you clean the DA's yard. I think there's a mistake there, because now the ministers are under the leadership of the current President CYRIL Ramaphosa. So when you say you're sweeping the DA's yard, no, he is not. He is not within the DA's affairs. He's within the government affairs. So you are the leader, the deputy president. You choose to go with the people that pushed the false narrative to the US. So according to the presidency, the president warned against this and said, no, don't do it. And the men, because they continue to undermine President CYRIL Ramaphosa and the entire presidency, they went. And there are people who still went to the US recently, and those included Freedom Front Plus. You see, I like Freedom Front Plus because they are not apologetic. They are seriously a white Afrikaner political party. You know, they are not apologetic. They don't go wara wara. So the DA goes somehow with them, and also the DA is aligned with AFRIFORUM that has caused chaos within this country. So for me, the DA is tainted. They is really, really tainted. So I understand the president to say, you know what? Go away. go away. And the DA is not having it. It's like, you know what? Fire your own. It's a whole mess. Okay, guys, I'm not going to be coming back with more commentary. Let me leave you watching. And to have yourself a super gorgeous day.
Now, a serious crisis is brewing within the government of national unity. The DA has now given President CYRIL Ramaphosa just 48 hours to fire delinquent ANC ministers. The DA's ultimatum comes after the president fired the party's Deputy Minister of Trade, Industry and Competition, Andrew Whitfield.
If the president is wanting to clean up his cabinet, then we would like to suggest that he starts by sweeping outside his own front door before sweeping outside the DA's front door. It cannot be right that a minister is fired for these reasons. And I think if we start to dig a little bit deeper into why Deputy Minister Andrew Whitfield was really fired, one will see it was because he was doing his job. He was asking uncomfortable questions about the lottery tender award by the Department of Trade, Industry and Competition. He had asked some very uncomfortable questions about the transformation fund that is busy being set up by that department, and he had raised serious concerns about some of the persons being nominated for the board of the IDC. I believe that these are the real reasons why Minister Whitfield has had to be moved from that position. Now, we're giving the president 48 hours to show us clearly that he is a man of his word, and that when he's willing to take action against DA members, he must take concomitant action against members of his own party who are guilty of far more serious things than Deputy Minister Andrew Whitfield could ever be accused of.
Makes matters worse is that this unilateral action is a result and a product of a flagrant double standard. While a DA deputy minister is removed for not getting a response to seeking permission to travel, there are members in the cabinet who are implicated in the VBS scandal and looting. There are members in the cabinet. There are members in the
Order,
cabinet
honourable members.
who, despite apparently misleading Parliament over an attempt to deploy corrupt cadres to CETA boards, remains in the cabinet. Serial underperformers and people implicated in state capture continue to sit around the cabinet table. Now, instead of being summarily fired, like DM Whitfield was, these ministers get an opportunity to submit a report to the President on their behaviour. In the past, even ministers who had serious public protector findings against them were merely admonished or had their pay docked. Yet a DA deputy minister is dismissed with the flimsiest of excuses. Are the people of South Africa expected to accept that fraudsters, corruption accused and Zondo accused are protected while Deputy Minister Andrew Whitfield is removed? But perhaps there's something even deeper at play here. Like all DA ministers and deputy ministers, contrary to what the Honourable Tambo said, Andrew Whitfield was succeeding in his job. He had opposed the attempt to make suspect appointments to the IDC board. He was raising uncomfortable questions about the Transformation Fund and the opportunities it provides for looting. And yes, he was asking the uncomfortable questions about the Lotto Tender Award. Now, given this flagrant double standard, one is left with no choice but to conclude that hard-working DA members of the executive are fired for fighting corruption, not for committing corruption.
There is no way the president can be questioned when he decides to constitute his executive.
Sure.
It's as simple as that.
Sure.
And we trust the wisdom of the president. I think South Africans would know that we have a very thoughtful individual in the role of the President of the Republic of South Africa, CYRIL Ramaphosa. So there is no need to consult anyone, because ultimately he is the Chief Executive Officer. South Africans must trust his decision-making, because ultimately that is how we are going to measure his performance.
Well, the presidency says CYRIL Ramaphosa does not owe anyone an explanation over why he fired the deputy minister. Despite outrage from the DA, Ramaphosa is not commenting further.
That was in accordance with the applicable constitutional section, which is section 93(1) of our constitution. The president can appoint and remove members of the national executive, and there is really no obligation on the president to give the reasons. The reasons are well known between the president and the deputy minister.